So now this video discusses about the complementary angles and also the supplementary angles. So what are the complementary angles and what are the supplementary angles? So in this case, let's say we have actually a light angle. Let's say we have the light angle, and let's say this is the light angle, like this. And let's say this is A, this is B, and let's say this is C. And let's say we have the line that divides the 90-degree angle into two parts. Let's say it is line BD, like this. And let's say this is angle A, and let's say this is angle quite as actually a small letter B, like that. So as you can see, the angle labeled angle ABC, it is the angle of 90 degrees, as I have already specified that one. But the angle ABC has been divided into two parts. So the angle ABC is now being given as angle ABD. There should be this. Let me present it. It should be angle ABD, and which is this angle, and plus the angle DBC, like that, and of which the angle ABC is given as should be A plus B, in that way. And at the end of the day, we know that ABC is 90, then this is the same as having 90 degrees is equal to A plus B, which is the same as angle A plus B, it is the same as 90 degrees. Now the fact that the summation of these two angles is equal to 90 degrees, then these angles are said to be the complementary angles. So complementary angles, these are the angles that add up to 90 degrees. So in this case, we say these angles are complement for each other. So that's about the complementary angles. So in this case, you should have to understand that having A plus B is equal to 90 degrees. You know this is the same as having A is equal to 90 degrees minus B. And likewise, B is the same as 90 degrees minus A. Now how about the supplementary angles? So the basis of the supplementary angles, it is the angle in a straight line. Let's say we have the straight line. This is the case. Let's say we have the straight line. This is the line A, B, C. And we should have to understand that the angle in a straight line, it is given as 180 degrees. That is given as that. So which is given as 180 degrees. I'll go it in that way. And let's say there is a line that has divided the angle into parts. And let's say I'll call this as to be D. We just have to use the same color here. Let's say this is D. Let's say this is A, angle A. Let's say this is angle B, like that. So you should have to understand that in this case, the angle ABC is equal to 180 degrees. That's the angle in a straight line. But AB has been divided. ABC has been divided into two parts. That is the angle ABD, and plus the angle should be CBD, like that. Of which this is the same as 180 degrees, which is equal to, we have B plus A, which is the same as A plus B is equal to 180 degrees. So if that is the case, since the summation of these two angles is 90 degrees, actually it's 180 degrees, then these angles are said to be the supplementary angles. So supplementary angles, these are the angles add up to actually 180 degrees. In this case, these angles are said to be the supplement for each other. So this is the same as having A is equal to 180 degrees minus B, and also the same as B, it is the same as 180 degrees minus A. So that is. So basically, complementary angles, these are the angles add up to 90 degrees, and that of the supplementary angles, these are the angles add up to 180 degrees. So that's the principle behind. So now you know what is complementary and supplementary angles. Now state the complements of the following angles. State the complements of the following angles. Let's say we have 44 degrees. What is the complement of the 44 degrees? So mind you, complementary angles, these are the angles add up to 90 degrees. If that is the case, then let the other angle, let's say bx. If that is the case, then we have 44 degrees plus x is equal to, should be 90 degrees. So half is equal to 90 degrees. So in this case we have angle x, which is the same as 90 degrees minus 44. So half 90 minus 44, which is 46. So we have it as 46 degrees. That is the complement of that. And what if we have, let's say, 57? How do you think we should have that? So in this case we have it as 57 plus x, which is equal to 90 degrees. In this case x will be given as 90 minus that of 57. So 90 minus 57, that will be given as, should be 33 degrees. So have 33 degrees, like that. So that's what we call it as the complement of 57 degrees, like that. So in other words, let's say if we have 3 being given as, should be 22. So according to the principle behind, you can just have to say it as x is equal to 90 minus 22. It is the same, but it is something which is pretty good to first of all show that you know what is happening. You may just have to say let x being whatever, let the other angle being x, and do what is necessary. So like that. That's something great. And let's say if we have, let's say we have 82. What is the complement of 82? And let's say if we have 26, and we have 39, and let's say 49. So try to have the complements of all those. And how about the supplements of the following angles? What would you say? Find the actual supplements of the following angles. Let's say we have it as, should be 102. Should be 102. What is the supplement of this angle? So in this case, let the other angle be, should be x. So in this case we'll have x plus 102, which is equal to 180 degrees. Then now you can take it from here. And also do the same with, let's say, x should be, and also do the same with, let's say, 16, and also do the same with, let's say, 7, actually 171, and also do the same with 120, let's say 150, and sort of. So try to have the supplement of those angles, if that is the case. And in the following cases, identify which of the following pairs of the angles are complementary and supplementary. Let's say we have the first case, which is given as, should be A. We have 36 degrees, and we have 54 degrees. And we have the second pair, which is 110 degrees, and we have 70 degrees. And we have that of 70 degrees, and we have 35 degrees. And that should be that we have, let's say, 150 degrees, and we have 30 degrees. We should have to choose which pair represents the supplementary angles and which one represents the complementary angles. And let's say if we have 28 degrees and versus that is 152 degrees, and we should also have that of 90 degrees, and versus should be 0 degrees. And we should also have something about 36, should be, that should be, let's say, has to be 80 degrees and 20 degrees. So try to have that. And let's say we have the question here, which the question says that given that x and y are complementary angles, so that is x plus y is equal to 90 degrees, and find x if y is equal to 28. So in this case we have x plus 28, which is equal to 90 degrees. Then you can be able to have x here. And also there is a question that says that given that angle B is y and the angle D is 3y, find the value of angle D if the angles are complementary angles and the supplementary angles. Let's have the first case, which is about the complementary angles. That is angle B plus angle D is equal to that of 90 degrees, the fact that they are complementary angles. So we have angle B, which is given as y plus, what is the angle D? We have 3y, which is equal to 90 degrees. So these are the direct terms. We have it as 4y, which is equal to 90 degrees. So what is the value of y? So 90 divided by 4, it is given as 22.5 degrees. So if that is the case, in the value of the angle D, it is given as 3 times 22.5, which is that of 67.5 degrees. And likewise do the same if they are supplementary angles. And now we also have the very interesting question that we can see here. Given that x and y are complementary angles, so that is x plus y are complementary angles. That's the information you can see from there. And y is twice as big as x, so which means, so in this case y is equal to 2 times x. That is, then we should have the value of x and also the value of y. So how do you think we should have this? So in this case we'll have to substitute y for this. So in this case we'll have it as x plus 2x, which is equal to 90 degrees. Then so for x, upon having x, we'll substitute it here and so for y. Alright, actually, or otherwise, upon having x, we'll substitute it here, we'll have y in this way. So that would be the way out. And now appreciate these questions. The fourth question says that given that m and should be m and n should be m and n are supplementary angles such that m is 1/3 of n, find the value of m as well as the n. And also the other question says that the angles r and k are complementary angles. Find the product of r and k if k is 3 more than r. So try this.